So about tissue sensitivity classification, we have two, that is Casarett's classification and Michalowski's classification. Casarett's classification is mainly VIM, DIM, MPC, RPM and FPM, and Michalowski is H type and F type. VIM is basically vegetative intermitotic cells, DIM is differentiated intermitotic cells, MPC is multipotential connective tissue, RPM is reverting postmitotic cells, and FPM is fixed postmitotic cells. H type is hierarchical tissues, F type is flexible tissues. Now what is VIM? VIM are the tissues which have undifferentiated cells, and the cells have very short life cycle. They continuously repopulate, and these are the tissues which are most radiosensitive. The examples are intestinal stem cells. Intestinal stem cells. DIM is differentiated intermitotic cells. These cells have partial proliferative capacity, and their mitotic activity stops when they become mature. The example is spermatogonia. MPC is multipotential connective tissue. These cells have relatively longer lifetime, and these cells divide at irregular intervals such as fibroblasts. Now, RPM is reverting postmitotic cells. These cells do not divide under normal conditions, but they only divide if it is necessary. So, for example, liver parenchymal cells, pulmonary cells, renal cells. Now, FPM is fixed postmitotic cells. These are the cells which never divide, and these have very long lifetimes. And these are the cells which are most radio resistant. VIM is the one which are more radio sensitive, and FPM are the ones which are more radio resistant. Examples are CNS cells, muscle cells, etc. Now Michalowski classification. H type. These H type is hierarchical tissues. These can be divided into two more compartments, like differentiated and undifferentiated cell groups. And the examples these are the tissues which divide continuously. Example is again intestinal stem cells. And in flexible tissues, the flexible tissues do not divide continuously into the compartments, so they either die together during tissue damage, and they even divide if necessary, for example liver and thyroid cells. Now H type cells are basically the ones which respond acutely to radiation, and F type of cells are usually late responding tissues. This is the basic difference between the Casarett's and Michalowski's classification.